Hello, guys. So today, let's discuss some design topics. Actually, I was considering maybe MPLS design discussion today. So let's start with it. Okay, so you can type your question from the chat window, by the way. Let me know if you can see. I'll try to share my screen as well here. So I am doing first time live stream on YouTube, so just I need to figure it out. If everything is fine, we can continue these live streams, I think almost every day. And we can discuss some design and architecture stuff here. Hello, hello, Adi. Okay, so chat window is working fine, it seems. Yes, but I am just trying to figure it out where I can share my screen as well. And also, what else I would need? Well, I was discussing with some students on, I think, CCA students. So which topic we should talk, which topic we should discuss. Hello, Ali. Welcome, by the way. So let's today start just discussing, I don't know, if I would discuss Interface MPLS VPNs, some people asked that one. It will be probably a little bit advanced. So let's go ahead and maybe answering your questions because I want to figure it out first. If this works well and if I can record, how it will be published, how I can share my screen, so on and so forth. Okay. But it's nice to be on the YouTube as live streaming. Let's see. Okay, so still I couldn't find, by the way, how to share my screen. It may not be possible here. If it's not possible, of course, it will be a problem because you cannot understand really the network design examples or architectural discussions without seeing topologies, diagrams. Example is really important, and I think only way for learning. Example is a very important thing. I need to give lots of examples for you guys to understand. Anyway, if that case, if I cannot share my screen with you, unfortunately, let me see if you have any question. Meanwhile, I can discuss something else with you, still, of course, related with the design and architectural stuff. As you can understand, recently I started to use this Twitter a lot. And because, to be honest, when you share something on LinkedIn, I don't know, it's like every day, maybe there is a limit number of sharing you can, you can put on LinkedIn. I don't know. Of course, there is no hard limit for that, but people don't do that normally. On Twitter, things are different. And even I see many people, daily basis, 10, 15 updates they are sharing there. And yeah, I am doing the same these days. And it seems some people get the advantage from that, which is a good thing. So at the end, you know that I like sharing the knowledge with the other people. And so I wanted to discuss some of them because when I share, it's unfortunately, I think, limited with the 140, 150 some characters on Twitter, as you might know. And LinkedIn, little bit just more than that. But still, you cannot share like pages of content or, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes discussions there. But some of this sharing, actually, they call it on Twitter tweets, requires a lot of explanation. So if people understand the overall idea of what I am thinking there, I think will be even more useful. So for example, I shared today the difference between, just recently, 2 hours ago, difference between network architecture and design is important, by the way, because you are hearing lots of, I mean, everyone using these terms, design, architecture, right? Actually, they are using in the same sentence, which of course wrong thing because they are totally different things. So design and architecture. I mean, they are different things, but do we know those differences? That's the big question, actually. And I'm sure, since there is no formal definition somewhere you can find, people are just using them. Network engineering, I'm network engineer. Another one, network designer. Another one, network architect. Okay, what's the difference then, right? This is, of course, the answer. I will give some answer. Someone else will give some answer. Even those answers will be different. So, and of course, I will not argue mine is correct, other guys are correct. In fact, in design and architecture, I am using the same sentence, by the way. There is no correct, there is no wrong. If you define something, probably it will be correct as well. If I define, and mine will be correct as well. Because when you go to this philosophical discussion, I say, there is no wrong, right, best, better. So from which aspects you are looking for the problem space, context, I say, that's important actually. From this point of view, I am right. From another point of view, you are right. I am right for my network. You are right for your network. It's for the same thing. Okay, Orhan, you should give some more examples. So let's make it more understandable. Let's have a look at first what I tweeted. I said here, difference between network architecture and design is same as difference. By the way, there are so many differences. And only one part is this one. And this one, you will see now how much I will talk if you don't ask questions. If you ask questions, I will even talk more. So there is always more. RFC 1925, right? Always more. I mean, I cannot stop when I start. So someone should stop me, by the way, at some point. Otherwise, I will just talk. Okay, you will get some ideas maybe, and that's good if you get. Difference between architecture and design is same as difference between orchestration and automation, exactly. In fact, I will write here fast reroute and fast convergence as well. And I can find many other analogies. So the difference between, to explain difference between the architecture and the design. So if you say someday network architect or network designer, at least you may know the difference. But of course, this is not the definition of each one of them. So what is network architecture? Still, I'm not explaining. Or what is network designer? I'm not explaining. What is the expectation? What are the expectations, let's say, from both? Sure, we will talk this. This is the idea of this kind of my evening, by the way, this time, discussion. So hopefully you like it. If you like, by the way, you should, of course, hit the like button. Otherwise, I will know. If you don't, then I will also know. So we don't do any more live discussion. At least what usually I do so far for my YouTube channel, we decide some topics, and on those topics we discuss. But it doesn't have to be like that. Based on your questions, we can, of course, just redirect the discussion there, and we can discuss other topics as well. But I prefer not very low-level, product details and configuration comments on Cisco, Juniper, blah, blah, blah. No. Design, architecture. Of course, we can deep dive some technologies as well. That is one of the one of the tasks which you would expect from the designer, not maybe from architect, but designer. So that's why I consider myself also a long-time designer, and also going through the architectural level, of course. When I explain, you will say maybe you will also categorize yourself. That's the idea. And then you will decide your career. That's important. People, because think that, okay, if I am network engineer, so it seems like low title, huh? But the architect, very cool. And in fact, I see like award-winning architects, those kind of things. Oh, very important, right? Because they get also higher salaries. Trust me, they are not. I got the designer title. I am CCB, yeah, so maybe I will get some more salary, but it is not more important than regular network engineer. Of course, if we are talking about the strong technical background We will call it by the time technical depth and breadth. So they are two different angles, and that's important to understand by the time. But still, I couldn't start explaining this. Difference between architecture and design is same as difference between orchestration and automation. Understanding this is not trivial task, though I am saying. So expectation is very high level, very abstract, but at the same time, technical depth, technical breadth and depth discussion, which means architect should understand from many domains, guys. So not only, okay, let me be an expert on some routing protocols. No, not enough. So let me be expert on MPLS as well. Let me be expert on, oh, there are many cool technologies. Let me be expert on SD-WAN. It's enough. No, architects should know from many technologies. Actually, they should understand, guys. Okay, but designer can focus on one of those domains. Okay, I am designing layer 3 networks. Oh, when you say layer 3, of course, it is very broad as well. V4, V6, all of them, and all the technologies under that. Of course, it's very broad. And but when you go from architect to designer to the regular network engineer, even senior, etc., I don't care titles, but what are the expectations from them? It's starting from very high level abstracted, but interrelated stuff. So let me give you an example. Example is important. Okay, if I change something, but of course, first we should understand architects is talking with the business owners and then translating those business drivers to the technical specifications, technical knowledge. Then they explain this to the designer, and the designer takes those technical decisions. We call them decisions. By the way, by the time you need to explain what is functional requirement, some people will call it non-functional requirements as well. Of course, I will not call non-functional requirements, constraints, so many concepts there we need to understand. So architects, we are saying, need to understand from many domains. A designer should be expert on one or couple of those domains, but very depth knowledge we are looking for now from designer. And then those, let's say, CCIE type of guy, operational guys, or regular network engineer people, expectation from them is to understand from maybe even multiple networking devices or same vendor, but many different codes, let's say AES, XC, XR, etc., and then configure them as well. So even low-level detail stuff. So it's not that easier than architect than their job, but they need to spend time on those things, right? Now, at some point, you need to make trade-off. How long I should spend time to understand those configurations, memorize them. A lot of time maybe you spend, and then understanding the troubleshooting aspect, bit by level of details of the configuration. If you are working in the operation environment, of course, you should know those. But how long you will spend with them versus how long you should spend to understand many different technology, but high level, not very deep technical level. That's the thing. That is the people should make trade-off. Either I will be very expert on a couple things, or will understand from many things, but just high level, not very deep level. So, which means there is no, again, this one is better than another one. So this is your choice. Of course, in the industry, we can say architects and designers. So I just categorize them. Architect here, know a lot of things, but high level. Designer, a little bit more expert on multiple domains. But then those operational people also very technical people, but specialized on a couple of things. So you see this one a lot. I am a storage admin. I am looking for my campus network. I am a data center guy, etc. Configuration, troubleshoot. They are very highly skilled guys as well. Okay, this is very high level discussion. Again, when it comes to orchestration, then orchestration is, related with many tasks, right? And then lots of maybe automation tools at the same time might be working and coordinating all of them. The exact expectation from the architect is the coordination of multiple designers. So you might be layer 3 infrastructure designer, another guy is software, another guy again storage, another guy database. So you need to orchestrate them, and we call it architecture. We will, of course, explain by giving more example, because there are many definitions, terminologies you should understand as well for us to talk more. So we don't know what is requirement, we don't know what is constraints. There are so many quality attributes, we will call them. Some people call them also non-functional requirements. When you say non-functional, it's like they are not important. So that's why I don't use them. In networking, we see a lot of this kind of, I think, wrong definition or wrong wordings, lots of them. Today I will try it, for example, I would share on LinkedIn, I think, I forgot. So layer 3 switch. Switching is layer 2 operation. So if you say layer 3 switch, it's just confusing. Or lots of, you can come up with this kind of wrong wordings. Where immediately another one came to my mind, IPv6 transition. Like you call it IPv6 transition in the first place, because with none of those IPv6 transition mechanisms, if you are aware, like dual stack tunneling, lots of tunneling methods and translation, actually you don't remove v4 from the network and replace with v6, no, but you still call it v6 transition. Or why you call it large scale net, LSN, some people are using, maybe if you are from mobile network operator background, right? Why you call it LSN, large scale net, LSN? So wrong thing, it's just another net, but maybe much more sessions you are terminating, etc. Lots of this kind of things, guys, and hopefully by the time we will talk more and we will make them more clear, like what just I am trying with the architects and design expectation from them. Non-functional requirements, what are those? Functional requirements, what are those? Constraints, what are those? So at the end, then hopefully when we even see the business type, we will know the classical requirements from them, inherent requirements from them. Even if business owners are not telling you, okay, you are obviously, let's say, security company, banking, for example, your network should be secure, your transactions should be secure, etc., even if they don't tell you. So many examples, especially from real life business type, if we give, it will be clear. As I told you, normally I will do this one as Inter-AES MPLS VPNs, of course, very specific domain, so design talk, not maybe very high level architectural talk. So Inter-AES MPLS should talk with other systems, other place in the network, so we can call it also architectural discussion. We will do design discussion with the Inter-AES MPLS VPNs after we understand each one of them. Okay, a little bit detail, of course, control plane, data plane operation. Then we will also compare them. Comparing is trade-off, guys. So knowing pros and cons, knowing advantage and disadvantages, important. All design and architectural decisions come from there. You need to know your domain very strongly, then you can compare things, okay? And which aspects will be important for us? We need to know how to prioritize those important characteristics, or we call it quality attributes, we will call them, how we can prioritize them. Maybe for your business, some of them very important, not mine. Inter-AES option C, we will see, of course, we will understand first. Option C will be the most scalable. Is it really important for your network? So, or Inter-AES option A is the most secure. Okay, the little bit more secure than maybe B, but is it really so important for your network? You will understand, you will answer this story. So we will know the characteristics, we will know how to approach, so how to analyze, so we can ask the correct design questions. Then hopefully after a couple time when we do this, you will also you will be familiar with when you see different options. I don't know, lots of technology there. First of redundancy protocols, HSRP, VRRP, GRVP, how you can and how you should compare them from design and architecture perspective. You will know. If I try to teach each one of them, there will be always some new stuff, how you will do. So with these videos, I will try to basically teach you how to catch the fish. I will not catch the fish for you all the time, or nobody else actually can and will do for you. So by the time we will do, if there is any question now, go ahead. Otherwise, this is okay, there is a question. Let's have a look. So if I understand correctly, an architecture has to have a mix of business comprehension and overall view of the network, and a designer has to be specific of the technology in his. That's the point. So architect is dealing with the many technology and their interactions, and doesn't have to be even network technologies only, right? So of course, network technologies are interrelated with each other. So if you change something on IGP, how it is affecting the BGP and MPLS, many times I talked in this channel. But on the other side also, when you change something on the networking, how it affects storage. Probably lots of stories you heard, but we will make them clear by technical examples by the time. So they are interrelated. That's why when you say network architect, it should be able to work. That guy should be able to work with the other architects, so they know their domain. You know your domain very well, but you should understand from their domain a little bit, so you can talk same language at least. And not only technical wise, by the way, architect also should be able to talk with the other stakeholders, which means he needs to be able to talk with the business owners. So you need to understand some business terminologies. If they say, okay, use like TCO, ROI, CAPEX, OPEX. These are basic terms. If you don't know this, then time to market is important for, let's say, product business unit. How you will understand, how you will talk with those stakeholders in your company. That's why architect is not only technical guy. Of course, he should be technical guy. You should come from the network engineering background if you want to become a network architect. But also at the same time, you should start understanding and talking with the same language with the business guys. Okay. Another question very fast. Orhan, can you compare working for an enterprise versus service provider versus professional services? What's the better? There is no better in the first place. Okay. If someone tells you this one is better than another one without giving context, okay, from this aspect, if I look and these are the limitations, etc., requirements, constraints, etc., then if without saying this, if it tells you better, then he doesn't know what he's talking about, basically. Okay, always contextual. Always from this point of view, this is better. From that another point of view, the another might be better. Actually, to be on the safe side, always we use might. Depends, right? Those you may hate, but to be on the safe side, because there is no correct, there is no wrong, guys. There is only expensive choices. There is costly choices. Wrong design, right design. No, there is expensive design, and those expensive design maybe for my network expensive, for your network, it's not. So I am, let's say, designing for low latency. It might be very important for my network because my business is high frequency trading or online gaming company. But for your business, definitely may not be that important if I am looking for zero latency. They call it zero latency, or especially in the finance network, tick to trade latency. If you are from finance network, now you can relate. That's the idea. So there is no better in the first place, but of course, enterprise versus service provider versus professional services. So many aspects, actually, we can talk about these aspects. For example, from I think getting more experience in a short time frame point of view, professional services might be a correct choice, which I worked also a couple years, and I was supporting both service provider and enterprises while I was working. Well, we worked also integrator companies. Very short amount of time, daily basis, like, I don't know, 13, 14, 15 hours maybe you are working, but so many customers you might be visiting, and you can get maybe very fast lots of experience, lessons learned, of course, but you should be clever. You should open your eyes, what's happening in a different situation, what would happen, those kind of things. When it comes to enterprise and service providers, also I will say which one you like. It's important. You cannot be in the place that you really don't like too much, right? That's understandable, I think. You should love what you do. I mean, I can memorize lots of configuration loops. Some vendors pushes us, like Cisco, right? When for the CCIE exam, you need to memorize lots of configuration loops. Maybe good for you. And But again, when you go through the architectural side, not only you don't need to memorize configs, but also not even bit by very deep level of technical knowledge is expected from you. Okay, but you need to get other skills. Like a couple days ago, I tweeted another one. So network architects are very highly connected people, guys. So you see probably my social media, LinkedIn, Orhan Ergin, you can find, Twitter again, Orhan Ergin, CCD, you can find. So highly connected. Why? Because interpersonal communication skills of the network architects are very high, guys, and it's important requirement actually from the architect people. Which one you like? Service provider technology is focused or enterprise? So, for example, you wouldn't see those Cisco Viptela on service provider, right? Especially for their backbone network, etc. Maybe as a managed service, they can still sell it. But again, so many like MPLS, lots of capabilities of MPLS you will not see in classical SMBs, in small medium business or small scale enterprises. But do you like them? Do you want to involve those technologies? It's really what you like. What else we can compare? I mean, trade-off from many aspects we can look. Okay, maybe service provider some of them might be paying higher than enterprises. So maybe you are looking for higher salaries, what you want, what you are looking for, technology-wise, job satisfaction, right? So salary-wise, salary satisfaction, these are important criteria for you to compare. But if you want to acquire knowledge in short amount of time, I think professional services, integrator companies, of course, I would recommend. But there is no free lunch. You will work a lot with them. So I used to visit 3-4 times different customers in the same day. Early morning, I visit the first one, then at night for the maintenance activity on different customers. Of course, you can do this probably at early of your career. That's the thing you can do, I think. But after that, my path was not different. So integrator company, then service providers, a couple of the service providers actually I worked, and then enterprise. Today, if you ask again, I would say I enjoy, because their technologies I enjoy the most is service provider. But which one you enjoy the most? It's your answer will be okay. If you have questions, go ahead, please. More questions, and then let's answer them. As I told you, just I opened the first time this YouTube live stream. Hopefully you liked it. If you liked it, let me know in the comment section also, and also hit the like button so we can continue this kind of discussions. I can come with some plans as well. Of course, it would be very deep level technical discussions. I didn't prefer this time. But instead, just defining something, maybe it might be useful for some people, architect, designer, and classical network engineers. And some questions are coming from the participants. Let's also try to explain them. Sultan says, hello, Orhan, can you compare? I think, no, we talked about that, not that one. Abdurrahim says, hello, hi. Manuel, in regards protocol for leaf and spine design. So leaf and spine, closed topology, FAT3 topologies, etc. We usually use in the, that's important, because I see that one even for the internet edge, internet gateway layer design in one service provider, national service provider, it was also telco. Anyway, for leaf and spine, most designs are deployed using BGP, correct. Actually, we have an RFC for that, 7938. Okay, it's an information RFC. Peter wrote that, and we have also in this YouTube channel, Orhan Ergin YouTube channel. If you are not subscribed, definitely you should do now. We have a couple videos. In fact, maybe 4 or 5 different videos. I have other routing protocols also. We use this routing protocol, BGP, especially eBGP, in also which was suggested in 7938 in large-scale data centers. In the RFC, you will see as massively scale data centers, MSDC, okay? And there are many other candidate routing protocols for the MSDCs, massively scale data centers. BGP is one of them in the information RFC already written, but Rift another one, routing in FAT3. In the video, in this channel, you will see also a video with the inventor of Rift. Inventor of Rift is Tony P. So you can find the video with Jeff Tansura, my co-host in that video also. Lots of other protocols also. Another candidate for the BGP routing, large-scale BGP, large-scale routing protocol, other than BGP. Actually, another one is BGP plus SPF we should mention. Normally, BGP uses those 14 steps decision mechanism, as you know. But in the BGP plus SPF, which came from the LSVR working group in IETF, new working group. So Keyur Patel is chairing that. I have a video with Keyur also. Jeff and also joined that discussion. It was very highly technical. So in that, the idea is let's replace the BGP best selection decision with the SPF algorithm, because some aspects of SPF, or link state protocol, is important for the data centers, such as topology information. Some aspects of BGP also important, such as number of ECMP paths, plus also policy, of course, policy supports of BGP, plus there are other things also, but you need to make sure that you are designing BGP especially correctly in the very highly meshed network and close topology, those leaf spines we call them. They are very highly meshed, densely meshed, we call it, topology. So in those topologies, BGP especially might suffer from pet hunting problem. Pet hunting is the convergence characteristics of BGP based on the ASN allocation schema, which they recommend. In the RFC also, we are trying to avoid the pet hunting. So anyway, there are so many considerations. This is very long question. That's why, as I told you, if you will ask very high-level architectural question, I will answer very fast. But you are asking now the question which requires a lot of explanation. In fact, just to explain those, we have, I think, 7 hours video in total at the moment, but we need to expand. I know more videos we should come. You need to like the channel, and you need to put your comments, which technologies maybe we should talk. But anyway, other than the very low-level design discussion with the individual technology also, time to time, if you like this format, we will come up and I will talk about, high-level stuff, my thoughts about something, and then you can ask questions, etc. Okay. Did I answer your question? However, I have been hearing people deploying using, for example, using OSPF and ASS. Correct, it was the case. They first started with the IGPs, but immediately you will see with the IGP, OSPF and ASS, the problem is flooding, okay? Although you might see a couple of articles, some people, I think the guy was working for the AWS is writing how they work with OSPF, I think, in their data center. Okay, but you deal with always another type of complexity, okay? And that complexity is huge discussion, guys. So those guys were dealing with the multi-array OSPF design. Do you want? Fine, it might work. But you will not get still some characteristics of BGP, which you can get with the RFC 7938. Not only BGP, we are not just recommending that. There are many tools. I mean, from each one of them, we can get some benefits, and they will definitely come with the problems. I always say in my trainings as well, there is no single technology which you can always say, this is the best. For example, let me give you BGP, right? You use, most of you know, it seems, BGP, full mesh IBGP. In IBGP network, we have 3 different type of design, and each one has also their own individual sub-designs. So full mesh IBGP, route reflection, confederation. Which one is best? There is no, of course not. Or you cannot say, route reflection we always seen, so it should be good. Definitely not. Or route reflector should be used in if you have lots of routers. Definitely not. I give always this example. Even if you have 3 routers, you can still have route reflector, and you should. Why? Because route reflector inherently they select one best path and advertise one best path. If 2 of your routers as internet edge routers, they get full internet routing table, they will send internal router 2 copy of the full internet routing table. At the moment, 850,000 prefixes almost. IPv4 unicast. So do you want to send all of them to the receiving internal BGP speaking router, the 3rd one? No, maybe not. Maybe yes. Depends how much CPU memory you have in your those internal router. This is your network. You will know capacity of your network, device resources, your network, etc. Sending one best bet is good sometimes more, right? You want to get more if you want to do optimal routing. I mean, these are all very highly technical topics, guys, which I was not aiming in this class, because without giving also topologies, showing you diagrams, example is the best way for learning. So without giving those, some things will be very abstracted. And if I'm talking architectural level, that's fine. But now design and then even operation. Some videos you will see I am configuring in this YouTube channel. I'm configuring also. So why not? Sometimes I enjoy. Do whatever you like. Okay, differently, you like it. New and experienced network engineers are following you very closely. Thanks, Deepak. Imad says you loud, very good. Okay, Ego here. Okay, nice session of architecture, design, and technology overview. I am planning to do a lot this one, because daily basis on social media, I think you guys are following me, Twitter, LinkedIn, etc. I share something there, and what I realized, people are asking, Orhan, can you elaborate more? I cannot. I mean, 150 characters just typing. How can I? As you can see, I like talking too much. So almost like what, 35 minutes? Probably if I would try to text this, tens of thousands of characters I need. So it would be very busy, very chatty. Which protocols are chatty? For example, OSPF, SAS compared to BGP chatty. Anyway, what else? Thank you. We'll look at that. Fine. Serkan says, can you answer my question when your subject end? Okay, if go ahead. Considering the future of the industry for engineer at the CCNA level, how would you recommend it to the navigating? Which one you like again? Probably the very first and very fast answer. But I mean, whatever I say, maybe some people later on, they will take my words. But again, which one you like? I like the last 10 years, at least I have been doing design and architecture. I like it. To be honest, gives you a little bit, probably reputation as well. And maybe you might make a little bit more money, I don't know, in the industry compared to others, because you should come from the network engineer background to be an architect anyway. But on the another side, as I told you, you need to give up some skills. So I cannot memorize now configuration, guys. I cannot. So that's why, although I am doing CCIE lab, but my CCIE training students, they know that I have another instructor as well. So I don't want to remember. I shouldn't spend time on that, because I need to get the knowledge from many other domains. So if I am trying to do the architecture. Of course, for the junior people, this is not an option, unfortunately, very fast. But for you, I will definitely recommend to get the experience from multiple domains. Be good on a couple things, maybe. Routing protocol, maybe. IPv6, I don't know, something very strong. It also provides job security. But these days, even my nephew, they are trying to become a computer engineer. You don't have to be a network engineer, but they will. And they want to become network engineer because they want to follow my steps. But I'm telling them, learn automation. That will be good skill for especially junior people. Even very experienced engineers also, I definitely recommend them to, at least high level, you should understand not only automation. If you are senior engineer, you should not only automation, but many other skills you should get, guys. Not technical only also. So presentation skill, we always say, intercommunication skill. So don't be shy in the first place. Share something on social media. Use LinkedIn, use Twitter, whichever. But technical things, so also if you there is no wrong. Just don't forget one thing from this session. There is no correct or wrong. Okay? Say something at the moment technical. Let me prove you are saying wrong. Okay? Also, you will think that's what you will say wrong. Let me prove that it's correct. Because as I told you many times, even in this session, there is no correct or wrong selections, decisions. There is only expensive one, costly one. It might be costing too much for some selections, but it doesn't mean wrong. Even it costs maybe today, but in the, again, long run, it might be best option again. At least know your domain very well, and we will be comparing things, because later on, trade-off, it's called. Okay. I was not planning this long, but so many questions we are getting. So let's also answer a couple of them. On SP networks, ISS scales with no issue with thousands and plus multi-protocol BGP, why ISS plus EVPN BGP solution cannot scale? I think you are talking about ISS as a transport, so underlay, and on top of that EVPN and BGP. Those who are not experienced on this domain, especially EVPN, we are using for data center and data center interconnect reason as well. In this channel, also you can find it's one of the interestingly one of the very highly watched videos, EVPN route types. We have 11 type of routes in EVPN, similar to OSPF, 11 type of LSA, as you might know. 5 of them very critical for EVPN to work, as you might know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, especially type 2 is very, very important for the multi-home network type 1 and type 4. And type 3 for the membership is important also. What else? Type 5 for the L3 VPN, then 6, 7, 8, etc. multicast. So we covered them, especially type 5 of them, in 1 hour and 46 minutes video in this Oracle YouTube channel. Of course, you just subscribe. Also, you will get the notification. That's important because daily basis, I might be opening tomorrow around this time. I'm considering to open again. But share your comments, okay? If you like this, maybe you can send me also direct message. So let me know if you like this concept really, okay? What else? So it's not ISAS doesn't scale. ISAS and OSPF, as you know, these are link state protocols, okay? And there are so many things can we talk about really ISAS, especially in data center environment. But let me very fast, let me explain. So maybe later also another discussion, you can ask another aspect of what I will tell you and spend some time because there are a couple other questions also and I need to finish. So ISAS and OSPF, as you know, these are link state protocols and data centers, especially which you enable EVPN, etc. Why you are enabling EVPN in the first place? Because there is a scale requirement, right? Scalability is one of those requirements it seems. If that is the case, then those protocols, inherently they are chatty protocols. So not only incremental updates, periodical updates they send, and also flooding will be sent everywhere. I mean, especially if you are not doing multi-level ISAS design, or in case of OSPF, multi-array OSPF design. So it will be chatty and resource intensive and unnecessarily complex, okay? Implementation codes also unnecessarily complex. BGP on the other side is EVPN also very complex. We discussed this complexity of EVPN in this channel also. ISAS complexity point of view, chattiness point of view, they are, I mean, inherently you need to flood everywhere the same information. Because of these aspects we don't like, and not only those, of course, there are other things like how many ways of ECMP they can support, many implementation again limited, and there is a draft now in IETF LSVR working group, the expectation from the fabric, expectation from the also underlay protocol which you use for the transport purpose, right? There you will see 512 waves of ECMP, and these are so high expectations, I think. But on the other side, ISAS, in your, I think I answered your question already, but ISAS, why I said very long topic, because you will see other people might ask now, Orhan, we are seeing ISAS in OTV, we are seeing ISAS in FabricPath, in short spread bridging, in Trill, etc. Trill in real life, I don't know, but anyway, short spread bridging, couple vendors anyway supporting. None of them actually, except OTV, should be DCI. OTV can be DCI as well, but since it is proprietary, I have other ideas for the proprietary protocols, which we will discuss later on. Another question. In one of your talks on YouTube, you mentioned something called BGP, correct? Proximity independent convergence, we call it. One of the BGP, I mean, it's a BGP fast route mechanism, it's known, and we call it also data plane convergence for it. Okay, let me have a look, because very long concept. If you have some narrow down question, very specific, let me answer. Can you quickly speak on that topic in regards for phase convergence? One of the things actually today about this tweet, which Orhan Ergün CCD is my Twitter handle. On Twitter, I sent this. In the beginning of this video also, I was talking about that. The difference between network architecture and design is same as difference between what I would write also here, what I would write. So as a live now audience, you can you can get this tweet. I'm not sending on Twitter, but now let's talk about that, and then let me explain your question with this new tweet. Difference between network architecture and design is same as difference between fast convergence and fast reroute. Okay. Maybe you heard these terminologies, maybe you didn't. Maybe on the YouTube channel I have. If not, if you are looking for me to talk more on this, I recommend you guys, by the way, really this is not the marketing discussion, but if you are looking for more knowledge on this, self-paced may be the cheapest option. One of my courses, self-paced BGP design. I think maybe $200, something like that, but 20 plus hours design video there. And BGP Peak, of course, one of the discussion there, maybe 2 hours with it. But for you to understand this, really you need to understand what is flat FIB design, what is hierarchical FIB design, FIB forwarding information base, your data plane, and then generalized FIB design, different forwarding designs we have. When we understand that, you will see how hierarchical FIB will help for our fast reroute. But in the first place, you need to understand fast convergence and fast reroute. And in the very first place, you need to understand what is convergence. So start slowly, then iterate, right? Okay, what is convergence? Convergence is the time between the failure and recovery. What failed? Link, North, SRLG. As you can see, there are so many terminologies. As you can see, many of those terminologies also, many people will answer differently. That's why you should find your authority also. The authority is important. So architecture, if you ask on, I don't know, go and ask on LinkedIn. Many people will answer differently. Which one is correct? Is there an RFC? No. What's the guidance for this? Choose your guidance. Some people, they choose me. Some people might choose other authorities. I don't know. But there is no formal and consensus document for this kind of things. That's why it's important. Okay, peak is prefix independent convergence regardless of number of prefix. If edge or core node or link or even SRLG fails, shared risk link group, then we will be switching the alternate standby, alternate already calculated path without waiting the control plane convergence. Well, of course, this definition even very high level. You didn't get the point, I know, but we need to have these topologies, diagrams, and step by step I need to explain convergence, then phase convergence, then between the control plane convergence, data plane convergence, so many things. Sorry that I couldn't immediately give the answer, because we need to know many things for me to tell you and for you to understand a little bit more about the BGP peak. Is it hard? Nothing is hard. Just you need to give more time on. Can you be database expert if you are today networking? Of course you can be. Trust me, nothing. But you need to spend time. I'm not saying easy. Actually, I am saying easy, yes, but it requires time. Time is important. How much time you gave? I gave too much time. Many people will say, Orhan, from so many domains, how do you know this? My students are, every day they are saying, I spend time, nothing is surprised. I am not so smart maybe, but I am spending time. Okay, what else? And I enjoy, guys, that's why. If I don't enjoy this, sometimes I just go and I like, by the way, swimming, really. And maybe 2-3 days, I'm not writing anything, reading anything. If I say it would be lie, but maybe I'm not writing anything. So you may not generate content, but still, I love learning. So probably every day I'm reading something. Very short, maybe sometimes. Still do something. Okay, fine. What else? We talked about in the beginning difference between the network engineer and architect. Another question, because it is. I think I will be able to publish this video so you can watch the beginning of the session. Okay, you will get some ideas, and if you still have the question, we will repeat this kind of sessions if guys are writing comments and if they want. So then I can more elaborate there. In one of your talks, we talked about that, I think. What books or material you suggest to improve skill in SDN, EVPN, SR? EVPN, there will be course, and at the moment for free resource, if you are looking for, I have articles on oranavion.net/blog. You can find some articles. Also, in the YouTube channel here, on our YouTube channel here, you will find EVPN route types. Do we need more video? Of course. I mean, we need to compare maybe EVPN with the classical traditional networkings and different route types, especially for multicast, those stuff. EVPN with the different data plane options. EVPN PBB, as you might know, in the beginning was MPLS. We have 72.0809, I think, requirements RFC. So EVPN is standard, by the way. You can find lots of not only informational, but also standard RFC for that as well. MPLS, VXLAN, PBB, those data planes also. I mean, so many things about EVPN we need to cover at the moment. Also, some videos and blog posts you can find. SDN is so broad concept, so what I should recommend you now. And so many stuff still we have, for especially for the SD-WAN and SDA. But I'm not sure if we have free video at the moment. I have SD-WAN course, both design as well as operation, which means high level and then low level configuration as well for Viptela, Cisco only at the moment. For the SDA also Cisco proprietary. SDA stands for Software Defined Access. Control plane is Lisp there. Interesting, right? You were expecting EVPN maybe, and we did this discussion also. In SDA, should control plane be EVPN or Lisp? At the moment, Lisp, as you know. And in fact, the inventor of Lisp is Dino Farinacci. And I did a video also in this YouTube channel. We did Dino Farinacci, and we talked about Lisp, of course. He's the inventor of many other protocols, but famously known as RFC 6830, which is Lisp, and definitely great sessions I did with them. Dino Farinacci also, please have a look at them. Jeff was there as well. So, and VXLAN is the data plane in SDA. But these are course at the moment, free videos. Hopefully by the time we can come, list videos already for free on YouTube channel. You can follow them. Any other question? Very fast. And segment routing, by the way, again, I have blog posts for the segment routings, and I have book for the segment routing, 400 pages. I have also self-paced course for the segment routing. I mean, so many. And in YouTube channel, you just search in YouTube channel if we have free content, free video on the segment routing. If you are looking for too much, definitely we can talk either V6 data plane or MPLS data plane with SR, or some new enhancements, ODI and Flex algos, those kind of things we can do, of course. Any other? I would like to see more of this content. Thank you, Orhan. Welcome, guys. I think it was enough, almost 1 hour now. If you like this, please like the video. Also put the comments, so let me know if you not like this concept. Just suddenly, I opened this and then started a couple things about the today tweets, today's social media updates, which I did. I tried to explain what I was trying to say. Then you guys asked some questions. I tried to answer them. Hopefully it was useful. And based on your comments below this video, I will repeat this. I'm not promising every day maybe, but very frequently to do this. And bye for now.